getting a sound that kind of sounds like the bearings whenever the fan shuts off. There's a bit of a, maybe not a grinding noise, but definitely a noise after the fan starts to turn off and slow down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the side cover off here and see if I can't find any place within there to oil. Here's the fan blower motor running, and it's not loud right now. I'm not hearing the squeaking noise that I was talking about. You really hear the noise when the blower motor turns off. And then the motor slows down, then you kind of hear this, almost a squeaking noise. There is a bit of a squeaking noise right back here. You kind of hear the squeaking more now. It seems like it's getting louder the more that it's running. That was the sound. When it slows down, you can kind of hear that squeaking noise. So I was hoping what I would find after I got a good look at it was some caps on the motor that I would be able to lift off and then put some oil in to try and lubricate the bearings. Well, I see what looks like a cap on the back there, rubber piece, but I found on the top of the motor itself, once I cleaned the dust off, that it says that they're pre-lubricated and no lubrication is required. So I don't think I'm going to be able to add any oil to the motor. But what I did find was it seems like it's the belt that's making the noise. If I rotate it a little bit, you get the noise. And you get it more on the motor pulley than anything else. You get a little bit on the larger pulley too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the motor and take the belt off and see if when I rotate this that I still get the sound, and if I don't, then it's the belt. Belt looks all right. I mean, it's not new obviously, but it doesn't look terrible. Spin the motor and I'm getting no noise whatsoever. But the good news is it's not the bearings in the motor or the bearings in the blower. It seems like it was the belt making noise, and the belt seems okay. So I'm going to put it back together and just roll with it. Maybe I can even get the motor and the large pulley aligned better so that it stops making that noise. But we're just going to put it back together then. That back on there. Now the fun part. How do I get this back how it was? Oh crap, that's not even frickin' attached. That just sits there. I thought it was attached. Holy cow. This is gonna suck. I think I need something to pry in there to hold the motor away. Excuse me while I try to get back out of here and go get some. Alright. Alright. Here, hi. Me again. Coming back. Just gotta squeeze through here. Ouch. Alright. Hey, how's it going? Great video so far, guys. Yep. Here we go. Oh, I just gotta climb over a lot of stuff to get back here. Okay, so I gotta do this up. Boy, trying to get that motor in there, it's going to be tricky because, there you go, because it seems like it's got infinite play. I wish it just sat where it needed to sit. No monkey business. That's what I wish. Yep. Always an adventure. How tight is that? That's pretty loose. Hey, all right. It's not pretty loose. It's very loose. So somehow, I probably would have had better luck getting it off of the big pulley. Look at that. That would have been the way to go. Instead of me trying to wrestle back here, let that be a lesson to you. Trying to get that belt off, you just had to loosen this a little bit and it popped off of here pretty easily. I was looking over here at that pulley and figuring how the heck am I going to get that out. So I think that motor can slide anywhere on that bracket it wants to. Ouch. So loosen these up a little bit. Oh, there we go. That slid forward. Now I don't hear anything. And that looks better. I thought this was the adjustment that held the motor further away. It's really just a set screw. This is threaded, so I had to back that off. Now I can move this bolt further out. That'll be able to give me some more room. Push the motor further away. When I get it where I want it, then I tighten it up. The trick is going to be if this bolt is loose enough that I can turn it by hand, because once that rubber boot is on, you're not going to be able to turn it anymore. So we're going to put this back in, put the rubber boot back on. Put this guy back on. Now, if I can just wait. A little tighter. That certainly seems better than it was. Maybe a little bit more. Seemed like it wants to jump out of there. I don't need to go crazy on this though. I'm going to stop there. Try and run this nut back. See if I can get the nut to go back, even though those threads got kind of tore up. So what happened was the bolt has some kind of messed up threads, so my set nut wasn't able to go back without twisting this back out. And I don't want to tear up the threads on the back end, so I just put 2 nuts on it with the vice grip, just so I can hold it, and then I'm going to run this nut all the way up to that bracket. That prevents anything from moving. And I'll take the 2 nuts off and fire it up and see what happens. So I certainly don't think it's in the same place that it was when I started, because you can see that the threads are really clean where this nut used to be, and I'm well beyond where it was. So I'm sure that somehow the play in the slots up here and the slot here, the motor isn't sitting exactly where it was before, but that's okay, because I think we got it pretty snug, and that noise is gone. I'm going to get myself out of the way in case that belt decides to fly off. So far so good, nice and quiet. A lot quieter than it was, so it was the belt. And aligning the motor more with the pulley on the blower, got rid of the squeak.